There's a new character every week, it seems.
It sure escapes the lips of social media.
Would you ship it if Taylor makes a cameo at all?
Of course.
Travis Kelce just broke the internet with his reaction to the absolute most mind-bending career move his new wife, Taylor Swift, is secretly plotting behind closed doors. And if these massive Hollywood whispers are actually true, the entire entertainment industry is about to be turned completely upside down. We are talking about a pop culture collision so massive that it makes the record-breaking Eras Tour look like an acoustic opening act. As everyone knows by now, Travis and Taylor officially tied the knot in a stunning ceremony, shattering social media records and cementing themselves as the ultimate global power couple of our generation.
Watching them get married, I'm like, when you find your person, everything else in the world is right.
While Travis is currently locking in with absolute laser focus on the gridiron, sweating it out in training camp, and preparing for what the entire sports world believes could be his final glorious run for another Super Bowl ring to cap off a legendary NFL career, Taylor is supposedly not just sitting back and enjoying the quiet life. Yes, she is writing beautiful new romantic music inspired by her new husband, but she is also reportedly in the direct crosshairs of the single biggest movie franchise in human history. That is right, the rumblings coming out of the deepest, most secretive corners of the industry are pointing straight at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and specifically the rapidly approaching massive crossover cinematic event, Avengers Doomsday.
I guess I'd say like a lot of secrecy, and that's all I can really say at this point. Definitely a lot of mystery.
But to truly understand how we got to this boiling point and why the internet is currently losing its absolute mind over the idea of Taylor standing shoulder to shoulder with Earth's mightiest heroes, we have to look at what just went down in a brand new viral QA moment with Stranger Things star Sadie Sink.Sadie Sink, who famously worked with Taylor on All Too Well the short film and has now officially stepped into the massive role of Jean Grey in Spider-Man. Brand New Day was caught off guard during a recent public Q&A event. An enthusiastic fan casually asked her if she could use her fresh Marvel connections to ask director Jake Schreier and Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige to cast Taylor Swift as Dazzler in an upcoming X-Men project.
Would you, and this is just a hypothetical situation, ask Jake and Feige if, because we know you were in a Taylor Swift music video, if they could cast Taylor Swift in the MCU X-Men film as the Dazzler?
Sadie immediately reacted with a surprised, laughing expression, admitting that the question went in a completely unexpected direction before delivering her iconic self-deprecating shutdown line, stating, "I don't think I have that kind of sway," accompanied by a hilarious deadpan expression.
That was not the question I thought. That went in a whole other direction, but I love it. I don't think I have that kind of sway.
While Sadie handled the absurd request with pure humor and grace, making it clear that she does not hold executive authority over Disney multi-million-dollar casting contracts, the viral clip exploded across TikTok, X, and YouTube Shorts. Swifties and Marvel diehards instantly seized upon the exchange, viewing the fans' casual suggestion of Taylor playing Dazzler, a mutant pop star who converts sound vibrations into blinding light and energy, as undeniable proof that public demand for Taylor to enter the MCU has reached a critical breaking point that studio executives simply cannot afford to ignore. To trace the roots of how this insane crossover concept took over pop culture, we have to rewind the clock to what went down during the chaotic, hyper-analyzed build-up to Deadpool and Wolverine. If you were anywhere near social media back then, you vividly remember the absolute sheer madness surrounding the Lady Deadpool casting rumors. The speculation was not just pulled out of thin air, it was built upon an exceptionally solid foundation of real-world celebrity connections that made complete logical sense at the time.
There was a new character every week, it seemed.
They'll bring the house down. I can't wait for people to see it.
Taylor was notoriously close friends with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively for years, frequently spotted hanging out in luxury VIP suites at Kansas City Chiefs games alongside Hugh Jackman and director Sean Levy.
Hey guys, how's it going? Hello. Hi guys.
Naturally, the entire internet assumed that Ryan Reynolds would pull off the ultimate cinematic marketing stunt by convincing Taylor to make a surprise appearance as Lady Deadpool.
Would you ship it if Taylor makes a cameo at all?
Of course.
Yeah?
Are you kidding me? I would do anything for that woman. She's a genius.
Fans spent months meticulously dissecting every single trailer frame, analyzing strands of blonde hair, walking styles, and audio clips, utterly convinced that Taylor would be the one unmasking on the big screen. When the movie finally hit theaters worldwide and the mask came off, viewers were shocked to find out that it was actually Ryan's wife, Blake Lively, voicing Lady Deadpool instead of Taylor. What makes this even more fascinating in hindsight is the sharp, unexpected turn their personal relationships took afterwards. While Taylor and the celebrity couple were notoriously inseparable back then, hawk-eyed fans could not help but notice that Ryan and Blake did not even show up to Taylor and Travis's wedding ceremony. People across social media were quick to point out the missing invitation, sparking endless tabloid headlines and intense fan theories about where their famous friendship currently stands behind closed doors.
Gossip Girl alum may not get an invite to her once close friend Taylor Swift's upcoming wedding to Travis Kelce.
The quote is that Taylor is hesitant to invite Blake Lively.
But as intriguing as that celebrity dynamic is, we are going to skip right past the personal Hollywood drama, because the real monumental story here is what Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios learned from that entire chaotic situation. When the Deadpool and Wolverine speculation peaked, Marvel executives witnessed something utterly unprecedented in modern media. Without spending a single dollar of their own marketing budget, the simple, unconfirmed rumor that Taylor Swift might appear in a Marvel project generated billions of organic impressions across the globe, dominating search engines and social media trends for months. The sheer terrifying economic force of attaching Taylor's name to the MCU became painfully obvious to Disney's top brass. Marvel realized right then and there that the crossover potential between the global Swiftie fanbase and the superhero movie audience was a lucrative goldmine waiting to be tapped. From that exact moment forward, internal boardroom discussions reportedly shifted. Marvel saw immense business potential in turning that viral fan fantasy into concrete reality. And while Sadie Sink might playfully insist she lacks the sway to command Kevin Feige, the massive online reaction to her recent Q&A proves that Marvel is constantly monitoring these exact viral moments to gauge audience enthusiasm. With the industry buzzing louder than ever, the fan speculation about who Taylor could potentially play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has centered almost entirely on Dazzler, also known in comic lore as Allison Blair. In Marvel Comics history, Dazzler is a mutant superhero who doubles as a world-famous pop star, possessing the unique ability to absorb acoustic sound vibrations and convert them into dazzling light beams, laser blasts, and holographic visual effects. In the comic books, she literally performs sold-out stadium concerts while fighting intergalactic villains on the side.
Has the word Dazzler ever escaped anyone's lips when you've been in a room with Taylor?
It sure escapes the lips of social media every day, and that's all I'm going to say.
When you compare that fictional background to Taylor Swift's real-life reality of selling out massive multi-night stadium shows during the record-breaking Eras tour, the casting feels almost too perfect to be true. Taylor would not even need to stretch her acting range significantly. She would essentially be playing a superpowered cosmic variant of her iconic stage persona. Fans have long argued that putting Taylor in a shimmering Dazzler suit surrounded by jaw-dropping visual effects during a major battle sequence would instantly create one of the most iconic, high-earning movie moments in cinematic history. Another major character that consistently pops up in Marvel trade reports and insider leaks is the Blonde Phantom, a classic Marvel Comics character originating from the 1940s named Louise Grant. In her comic origins, Louise lives a double life, working as a demure secretary by day before removing her glasses, letting down her hair, and fighting crime at night as a sleek, mystery-solving detective in a red evening gown. Industry trade reports have noted that Marvel Studios has been quietly developing a retro, mid-century series or theatrical project around this exact concept. Insiders suggest that Taylor's well-known passion for vintage aesthetics, retro fashion eras, noir storytelling, and intricate narrative Easter eggs makes her an ideal candidate for such a visually distinct role. Playing the blonde Phantom would allow Taylor to showcase her acting versatility within a stylish, mid-century period piece, completely separated from typical CGI superhero tropes, appealing directly to her creative drive for unique artistic projects outside of the music industry. Yet, all of these standalone character theories pale in comparison to the massive shockwave that would occur if Taylor Swift makes her official MCU debut in Avengers Doomsday. Marvel is currently in the middle of retooling its entire multiverse saga following sweeping narrative shifts, most notably marked by the jaw-dropping announcement that legendary Oscar winner Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the franchise, not as Iron Man, but as the terrifying cosmic villain Dr. Doom.
I want to introduce to you your Victor Von Doom, Robert Downey Jr.
The financial and critical stakes for Avengers Doomsday could not possibly be higher. Disney needs this massive event film to crush box office records globally and reclaim Marvel's undisputed dominance over global pop culture. Incorporating Taylor Swift into a film of this massive magnitude, even in a brief yet pivotal multiverse cameo, would virtually guarantee an unprecedented opening weekend turnout from demographics that do not typically rush to buy IMAX superhero tickets. The storytelling mechanics of the multiverse afford Kevin Feige complete narrative freedom to introduce her character seamlessly without forcing audiences through a lengthy, tedious origin story. A single epic scene where a glowing multiverse portal opens and Taylor steps onto the battlefield in character alongside Earth's mightiest heroes would cause movie theaters across the world to erupt into pure pandemonium. What makes this entire situation so captivating is the incredible contrast between what is happening in front of the camera lights and what is taking place behind closed doors in the couple's personal life. While the internet is entirely consumed with these wild superhero theories and blockbuster casting rumors, Taylor and Travis are navigating one of the most intense, life-changing periods of their lives. Having officially tied the knot in a private, breathtaking ceremony, they are adjusting to the intense global spotlight of being the most watched married couple on the planet. Travis Kelce is currently pouring every single ounce of his physical strength, mental focus, and athletic energy into what sports commentators unanimously agree is his final high-stakes campaign for another Super Bowl championship ring before retirement. He is enduring the brutal physical grind of NFL training camp, battling through scorching practices, intense weight room sessions, and complex playbook meetings, completely dedicated to capping off his legendary career as one of the greatest tight ends to ever play football. Simultaneously, Taylor is balancing her domestic life as a newlywed with her relentless, unstoppable creative drive. Reports indicate that she has been spending quiet, inspiration-filled time in the recording studio, drawing deep emotional energy from her marriage to craft brand new music that explores this happy new chapter of her personal journey. Yet, despite enjoying her peaceful domestic bliss, Taylor remains an absolute powerhouse businesswoman who fully understands the scale of her cultural influence. The idea that she could be writing romantic love songs about her husband one day and participating in confidential, high-level boardroom discussions with Disney execs the next speaks volumes about her extraordinary work ethic and long-term strategic genius. According to insiders, Travis is nothing short of endlessly supportive of his wife's expanding creative empire. He is reportedly continually amazed by her ability to dominate the music industry while simultaneously entertaining multi-million-dollar movie offers, acting as her ultimate hype man off the field while he chases sports glory on it. When you step back and examine the full picture, the sheer evolution of this narrative is breathtaking in its scope. We started this breakdown focusing on Travis Kelce's reaction to his new wife's next big career move. But as you navigate through the complex maze of Marvel casting rumors, Sadie Sink Q&A responses, old Ryan Reynolds headlines, and multiverse storylines, the sheer scale of the pop culture narrative completely takes over. By the time you analyze how Dazzler fits into Avengers Doomsday, or how Disney plans to break all-time box office records, the initial hook about Travis reacting to their marriage almost fades into the background, seamlessly integrated into a massive discussion about global entertainment trends. That is the true power of high-retention video writing, taking a real-world event like a celebrity wedding or an NFL training camp update and naturally expanding it into a captivating exploration of cinema, music, and corporate strategy. As we look ahead toward the next couple of years, the ultimate crossover between professional sports, global pop music, and Hollywood cinema seems almost inevitable. Whether Travis Kelce finishes his final NFL season holding the Vince Lombardi Trophy high above his head amidst falling confetti, or Taylor Swift finally walks onto the big screen in a glittering suit alongside the Avengers, the entertainment world is primed for history. The humble, self-deprecating answer dropped by Sadie Sink during her fan Q&A was not just a passing joke. It was the spark that reignited a massive wave of online momentum that Marvel is more than happy to capitalize on. The days of comic book movies existing in an isolated nerd culture bubble are officially over. In today's hyper-connected media landscape, uniting the unstoppable economic force of the Swiftie movement with the multi-billion-dollar Marvel Cinematic Universe machine represents the ultimate holy grail for studio executives across Hollywood. So, as the rumors continue to swirl and fans endlessly debate online whether she will make her entrance as Dazzler, the blonde Phantom, or a completely original multiverse variant in Avengers Doomsday, one central truth remains crystal clear: Taylor Swift completely commands her own destiny. She has conquered the music business, shattered stadium attendance records across every continent, and fundamentally rewritten the playbook for global star power. Taking on a high-profile role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe would simply be the next logical step in her absolute dominance of global media. And while Travis stays completely locked into his final football playbook and Taylor continues writing her next musical masterpiece, the entire world will be watching with bated breath to see if the world's biggest pop star finally makes her heroic landing in the MCU.